Hello everybody, Sore Thumb here with tabletop review on two handguns. The first one that we're going to review is going to be Glock 17. This is generation 5, and the second one is going to be Canik TP9 SF Model T. Model T stands for, it's actually suppressor ready, and it comes with a threaded barrel and raised up sights so you can basically use them with your suppressor. Let's move on first on the Glock. I'm gonna run safety check on it, and the gun is safe. One thing that I'd like to say about Generation 5, there's some differences between Generation 5 and Generation 4. Generation 5 came with a metal Glock sights rather than polymer sights, which I kind of like. Not a big deal one way or another. Ambidextrous slide release, I like that too. They have these kind of like, they took off some metal off of the slide in order for you to be able to easier holster your Glock. I never found holstering Glock any more difficult than, you know, normal handgun, so I don't know why they did that, but cool. And then I really like the larger mag release, and this is basically ambidextrous mag release, which kind of works for me because I'm missing half of my thumb, so sometimes I like to release on the left side. I still didn't convert it to the left side. Magazine that comes with the Glock, it's a 17 round standard magazine, and there's 3 of them with orange follower for Generation 5. I haven't shot either of these guns, and later in this video I will do some range testing and add it to this portion of the video so you can see how they perform. But I really like how Glock feels. All the Glocks feel in my hand. They're dependable, they have a track record. Gen 4 has been proven. Gen 5 is getting there, it's pretty new, so yeah. By the way, today is December 2nd, 2018, and this is my mini focus watch that I got off of Amazon Black Friday for 10 bucks with a code. Anyways, so Glock, what I like about Glock, they have lots of aftermarket accessories. One of my favorite is 31 round magazine that can also, with a +2 plate, be turned into a 33 round magazine, and this one works great. This one is made by ProMag. I shot it, never had any issues. It's good. Now Canik, on the other hand, I've done some research, and let me just clear the weapon, make sure it's cleared. And I haven't seen 31 round magazine for it. I think if it becomes popular, as I think it will be, they will have aftermarket stuff for it. One thing about Canik, it's a Turkish company that makes aerospace parts for different aircrafts and so forth. I'm not really familiar with them, didn't do my research very well there, but this gun is imported by Century Arms from Georgia. So I contacted Century Arms and asked them about military program that they have, because I wanted to get discount on this gun, and they told me, they sent me an email. The cheapest they could offer me this gun was like $350 or $360. My local dealer really didn't have any of these handguns, so I went online and I ordered this handgun for $320, which was 30 bucks cheaper or 40 bucks cheaper or whatever what Century Arms was offering me through their military program. So what I like about Glocks, they always had a good military law enforcement program. They always treated us right, and I enjoy their handguns. Century Arms, I don't know, it wasn't that good of a deal when I was going through them. What I like about this gun, I really like the feel of it. I really like that it comes out of box ready for your suppressor if you decide to run it. And the sights are okay. you know, there's lots of air between the sights. I will show that. Let me just move this box, and there's lots of air. I don't know how that's gonna play when I go to the range, but we'll see by the end of this this video, where Glock also has some air to it, but I think that it's better sight picture, at least for me. However, I do like red fiber optics. These are both stock sights on both pistols. This pistol actually comes with 2 magazines, but they're 18 round magazines, so 1 more round for Canik. That's a plus. Nice mag release, smaller than the Glocks, but I don't find that to be an issue. The slide release is only for the right-handed ones. It is heavier than the Glock, but performance is more important than weight to me right now, because I'm really not backpacking that much with my guns and so forth. I take them to the range, get familiar with it and so forth. For those of you that weight is important, Glock is lighter than Canik. One cool thing about Canik, I think it's a new dog on the block, and it reminds me of CZ being introduced in 1990s to United States and early 2000s. I remember when I bought my CZ 75 DB, the Cocker model, and I went to the gun store and I was going to buy a Glock. I had Glocks already. My friend told me, why don't you just buy CZ, they're great guns. I thought to myself, well, I've heard of Češka Zbrojovka before, but I don't know what kind of weapons they make. I bought CZ 75 DB, and boy, that was a great gun. I bought it for $400 out of the door. Now today, the popularity of CZ is skyrocketed, and really you can't find one for less than $500, and then plus tax and whatever else. So I have a feeling that Canik is going to be the same way. If the track records is good in 5-10 years, the price won't be only $340 for full-size 9mm handgun. I think that their price will go up as popularity goes up, as people find out that they're really dependable guns, and that'll change. So if you're thinking about one for $340, go get one. It feels good. Actually, I'll let you know whether or not to get one after the range test. But so far, so good. On the other hand, the Glock, Gastron Glock in 1980s, early 1980s, and before that he was making trenching tools. Austrian army hired him to make a handgun for them. He was looking into the SIGs, H&Ks, kind of made his own design, and it was really groundbreaking. It was light. Glock did not invent the first polymer gun. The first polymer gun was actually made by H&K, but Glock did great. They created a gun for Austrian army. Generation 1, Generation 2 followed. Generation 3, now we have them in 9mm, 10mm, 45, 40, whatever your flavor is. 357 SIG, you can find Glock. Lots of aftermarket parts for it, like we discussed, and so forth. I really like the Glock for its durability, and as of now, if I was choosing one handgun to defend my life with, that would be Glock. It's part of my trips. When I go on the trips, I take it with me. If I go to the woods, I take it with me. It's always in the truck. It's always on the bed stand. I love it. Very, very proven design. Love Gastron Glock's design and lightness of it. I'm a big fan. However, I'm not the fanboy of Glock. That's why I bought this handgun, and I think that this handgun so far has a better trigger. It's a little bit heavier. I like the capacity of 18 versus 17 rounds. just trying to be objective, and the price is great. You won't find Glock, brand new Glock for $340. If you do, let me know. I want to buy another one. All right, let's head to the range. I'm gonna shoot the Glock first. Welcome back to the review of Canik TP9 SF and Glock 19, one versus another. These are my experiences. I'm sore thumb, and I would like to give you some experiences that I had at the range that were pretty surprising, actually. I'm going to start with the Glock. Glock shot like every other Glock. I haven't shot in a while. So, first safety check on the Glock. Glock shot like a Glock. It was more accurate than I was, and it shot flawlessly. I had zero malfunctions with it as expected. Track record is good. Glock was great. So here are some of the 10-yard 10-yard targets. I shot a little bit to the low and to the left. First group there, as you can see, it was okay, maybe 1.5 inch, and then that group tightened up, but for some reason I started shooting it to the left. I'm sure it was my trigger pull, and that was probably one of the main issues. So pretty pleased with that. I shot another worse group, I guess. This was the first time I shot it. This is a Federal at 10 yards, Glock 17 today. Great shooting gun, no issues. Sights were good, range was great. Now I want to move to TP9FS. This was a surprise. Let me clear check the gun. Real surprise. I shot it better than I shot Glock, and I believe that's because of the trigger. The trigger is really crisp, really light, and the sights were a little bit different than what I expected. A couple of times on the range I shot a little low, and I believe this was because of the higher sights. It could be wrong, but that's at least the feel I had. So the groups that I had, I have a couple of them here. This was the first, just a warm-up group at 10 yards, and it wasn't that great. And then I unloaded more. I shot here, and then I was aiming for the center mass right here. And those two groups were actually really good. I had a couple of times that I shot bullet into already existing hole. So we're very pleased. Now, these are my experiences, my opinions. If you ask me which one I would defend my life with, I think because of the track record, it would be probably Glock, as most of you expected. But which one I enjoy shooting more, it's definitely Century Arms Canik TP9 SF. What a great smooth shooting gun that is. I love the trigger, love how it feels in the hand. It just, great gun. I don't have enough rounds through it to say, yes, this gun will defend my life. I probably shot over 200 rounds, didn't have any hiccups. So yeah, great gun. Glock, this particular Glock, I shot 200 rounds, but if it has any track record as generations 4, 3 that I have, yeah, this is the gun I want to defend my life with. Both great guns. If I could have only one gun, I would probably pick, I would for sure pick actually TP9 SF. That's because I already have a bunch of Glocks that are in my systems that I have for emergencies. So this would be a gun that I would pick just to shoot and have fun, and if in 2,000 to 3,000 rounds it was proved to me that doesn't have any hiccups, any stovepipes, any jams, I would definitely pick this gun Canik over the Glock. That's just my 2 cents. Please feel free to subscribe, post any comments that you would like as long as they're appropriate. And if you have any more data for me, let me know. Let me know what your opinions are. That's all I have. This concludes the review of Canik TP9 SF and Glock 17 Generation 5. Peace out.